Hi YouTubers, it's our next video must be pet review now, in our pet review. Disclaimer, I'm still sick right now, so I still feel like absolute craps and absolute shit. Basically, I want to do a pet review right now, which is going to be Sutliff, Cherry Cavendish. Now, big disclaimer right off the bat, I was sick when I smoked this tobacco, so I've had 3 bowls so far. I only ordered 1 ounce, but I was sick, so I feel like absolute shit right now. I am very sick, I have a sore throat, I have an ear infection, I have a head cold, so this may be a very biased review, so take it what it's worth. Take it with a grain of salt, because this is a very biased review, because I was sick. Because when you're sick, when you feel like shit and crap, your sinuses are plugged up, your mouth is, whatever, like kind of crap, and your taste can be altered. So, big disclaimer, I smoked this tobacco when I was sick, so it may not be a fair review. So, anyway. Now, I may review this tobacco at some point later on when I feel a little bit better, not like crap, not like shit. So, anyway, this tobacco right here is Sutliff Cherry Cavendish. So, when you first light up, it's very goopy and wet, like most Sutliff tobaccos. That's not biased because it's very goopy and wet. So, yeah, not really my cup of tea. I'm not sure how Sutliff's, English tobaccos are, or Virginia's, but their aromatics are very wet and very goopy. They require a lot of drying out time because of all the sugar that they put in the tobacco, the crap sugar they put in the tobacco. So definitely dry it out for a good couple of hours. Luckily this tobacco right here, the Cherry Cavendish, didn't require a lot of drying out time, half an hour or so, but some of the tobaccos like that black raspberry requires like 24 hours drying out time. Now I'm not saying, let it sit in the hot sun and let it mold. However, I would say definitely, let it dry out for a period of time because they're so wet and so goopy because of all the shitty sugar they put in the tobacco. So anyway, when you first light it up, this is where it gets biased, by the way. This is where it's biased because I was sick. So, not a great taste. That could be because I'm sick, because I have a head cold and I feel like absolute shit, bullshit, whatever. However, I don't really think this is a great tobacco, honestly. I mean, I've had a lot of cherry aromatics, and this is not really my cup of tea. So, it reminds me a lot of actually cherry cough syrup. So that's the taste that comes to mind. Now that could be because I was sick. Disclaimer, I am sick. I want to make that very clear. I want to make that explicitly clear. I am sick right now. So, and when you're sick, your sinuses can be altered and you can have a different sense of smell and a different sense of taste. Honestly, not my cup of tea, this tobacco. Very, very hot burning. That's not biased, Very hot burning, very bitey. The tobacco is very bitey. Not really my cup of tea. Obviously, it's flavored with cherries, like cherry flavoring. Yeah, really not my cup of tea. I mean, it's very bitey, bites the tongue, definitely produces a lot of irritation to your mouth, and also burns very, very hot. So this tobacco burns very hot. Also, the taste of tobacco, and this is where it's potentially biased because of my cold, my sickness, A lot of high tobacco reviewers would say, don't review a tobacco while you're sick, but I'm going to do it anyway. The taste, not really my cup of tea. Very, very, like, cherry cough syrup, kind of like a sicky sweet cherry, taste. I know Boswell makes a cherry tobacco called Cherry Smash by Boswell. That's a hell of a lot better than this. I've had worse tobaccos. I can tolerate this tobacco, and maybe if I didn't have this goddamn head cold, this fucking head cold, maybe I would taste it a little bit better because this fucking head cold is so irritating, such a pain in the ass, maybe I would, taste it better, but honestly, I tend to doubt it because a lot of these cheaper cherry tobaccos tend to have almost like a cough syrup-like taste. I've read this on a lot of reviews on, like, tobaccoreviews.com. These cherry, quote-unquote cherry aromatics tend to have a real cough syrup-like taste, and they, excuse me, they tend to have a really bitter taste and taste like cough syrup. So Not my cup of tea. I give it out of 10 probably for rating, maybe about a 3 out of 10. I've had worse. I mean, Guilty Pleasure by Ashton is still one of the worst tobaccos I've had. That was complete fucking bullshit, you know? That was fucking disgusting. I mean, beyond fucking belief, unfucking believable. But I mean, this is not to that point. I mean, I could tolerate this, but probably not something I'd buy again. Maybe I'd buy like one more ounce just to see what it tastes like when I'm not sick. When I get better. I'm not sick anymore. Maybe just to taste it, just to see what it tastes like. Because when you are sick, it does create a biased taste. So because when you're stuffed up, you have a head cold, it does affect your taste and your palate. So anyway, 3 out of 10 for rating. Bye. Big ass your life. Bye.